We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Ignorance is the cause of fear. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You can commit injustice by doing nothing. How trivial the things we want so passionately are. Settle on the type of person you want to be and stick to it, whether alone or in company. I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it. Cease to hope, and you will cease to fear. Wealth is the slave of a wise man and the master of a fool. Only time can heal what reason cannot. Difficulty comes from our lack of confidence. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. It does not matter how many books you have, but how good are the books which you have. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. No great thing is created suddenly. First, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. If you want something good, get it yourself. Begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. He with the most who is content with the least. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. A bad feeling is a commotion of the mind, repugnant to reason and against nature. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Death smiles at us all, but all a man can do is smile back. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought, for the human spirit is colored by such impressions. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Every night, before going to sleep, we must ask ourselves, what weakness did I overcome today? What virtue did I acquire? It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare what things are difficult. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Throw me to the wolves, and I will return, leading the pack. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his it, whatever it may be. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. You'll be able to use them better when you're older. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. What ought one to say then as each hardship comes? I was practicing for this. I was training for this. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. Seek not the good in external things. Seek it in yourselves. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Be discriminating about what images and ideas you permit into your mind. No man is free who is not a master of himself. It is impossible to begin to learn that which one thinks one already knows. Never depend on the admiration of others. There is no strength in it. Personal merit cannot be derived from an external source. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking.